Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on CSS layouts. And right now we'll be discussing about the box sizing property. We have discussed about this previously, but I don't want this tutorial to get too long. That's why I don't talk much about it now. Box sizing property in HTML, CSS, or in JavaScript. I just want to show you cool trick about this box sizing property. Back to our document right here. As you can see, you can find every tutorial concerning this in our CSS clear playlist or CSS float playlist to be able to follow easily. We have discussed about a lot of things right here, but right now we want to control these two div elements right here. These two div container, they are the two div elements, they are both inside one container. As you can see, the first one, the second one, they are both inside this one container, which is box mode class. And the two div elements, they are having different class name, which is box main, as you can see, and they both contain this key element and the text inside it. So back to our CSS out of it, and right here, as you can see, we gave the box main, which is the one that is having the text, we gave it, we select the class name, and we gave it different properties: float, width, padding, and border, and color. But right here, the thing we want to talk about is the box sizing. Now let's say by default, when we save our document, by default the size of everything is like this, right? Now let's give it box sizing property. When we specify box sizing property and give it border box, we are going to see what will happen to our document. Now let's reload our document. Can you see now immediately? Can you see how our document is now? And again, the funnest part is that when we turn this to a mobile level, can you see our box is not getting smaller or getting bigger than this level, and it is jumping to another level. Can you see they are stacking on top of each other, and they are stacking on top of each other just as the way they're supposed to be. But the funnest part is that they are lower to this level. So let's say we want to control it again, we want to control the width and the padding again more than this. Let's just give it width of 50%. You are going to see the funnest part, the benefit of using this border box right now. Now let's save our document and reload. When I reload my document, can you see the border is now the two div elements is now taking the 50%. Now they are full all the screen, they full the screen of their own container. So now let me show you the parent container is the one that they full the width. Now the funnest part again is that by giving it 50%, let's say we remove this box sizing of border box. Now we are going to see what will happen to our document when we reload. Can you see now it's looking rough? Now it's looking up. Just imagine if we don't use the box sizing, we will not be able to control this our width with percentage very well, and the padding also we are not going to be able to control it very well. But we can still do that manually if we want also. So when I bring back the border box, the box sizing, can you see now we are able to see the value we specified earlier reasonably. But the funnest part is that let's say you are shrinking your document, like your document is coming down. It's never going to go beyond the width of this, and it's never going to go beyond the 50% right here, and it's never going to go beyond this. It's calculating everything together. So I want you guys to practice this, because if you don't practice it, you can't know reasonably how this thing works together. So let me do something again. Now let's say for instance, now in mobile level we gave it's like this on mobile level, right? The second div element has already jumped down because this. Now let's reduce this our padding. Now let's give it like 20 issue. We are going to see what will happen again. Now can you see our padding now, because we control it, we make it 20 pixels. Now everything is looking nice again. The funnest part is that everything is looking nice again, and when we shrink it again, can you see now you are able to see that this element now is not jumping to the other to the bottom of the first element again. Now as you can see, they are not stacking on top of each other again. Now so just try this, because it's very nice when you try it. If you don't try it, you can't really understand the main benefit very well. So I'm just showing you the cool trick, because let's say for instance now we don't use this box sizing property, we are not going to be able to control our width with percentage very well and understand the way the percentage works really well. But percentage also and the padding, they are both working again together. The width and the padding, they are both working together. So if you don't practice this, there's no way you can really understand, you can get the point I'm bringing out right here. So just try and practice, because practice make perfect. Please try it. So I want you to notice one thing right here again. When I remove this box sizing right here, when I remove the box sizing property right here, you are going to see what will happen to our document again now. Can you see? They stack on top of each other. But when I bring back this box sizing, and we have already specified the 10%, right? 10% of the width, and we gave it padding, right? We are going to see what will happen now when I reload. Can you see? When I reload, can you see? Now we can still control this thing again. I don't think you are getting the point. You can still control the padding, or you can control the width itself again. Let's say we give it 1%. Let's see what will happen now. Can you see? No anything happens in our mobile level, but definitely now on our mobile level we need to control our padding so that we can be able to see the mobile level very well. Now let's reload. Can you see? Now we are able to see the padding very well now again. So just try this, because bring this to the level that you can understand it in the reasonable way. So I just want you guys to please practice this. That's the main thing, the main point right here. Can you see how it looks now? So it just depends on what you want to do. Let me bring it back to the normal way we have it from the start. This is the normal way we have it from the start on the mobile level. Let's now say we want it to go down beyond that. We can give the padding 20%. When we give the padding 20%, you are going to see what will happen right here. Can you see? Our document is looking like this, right? Because we decrease it by ourselves manually. And if you use box sizing property, let's give it border box, you are still going to see what will happen again. Can you see? It shrink. So it has some benefit in some ways, and some ways it doesn't have good benefit. So it just depends on if you understand it very well. If you don't understand it very well, you can't really use it. That's the main thing there. So right now, let me let's give our width 10% and see our pixel. Can you see now? Our padding is like this, and now let's reduce our padding. Let's see if our padding, by reducing our padding to 10%, 10 pixel, let's see what will happen to our document. Can you see? Our document is looking nice. Now when we look it at the mobile level also, can you see how it looks? So just practice this, because practice makes perfect. So let's give it 50% now. Let's see what will happen to our document now when we give it 50%. When we reload, can you see the 50% of this? So you should just reduce and decrease and increase all these things, so you guys can see how they work with each other reasonably, so that they can form something nice for us. Let me give it 40%. When I give it 40%, I hope it should stack on top. Can you see? It's stacked by each side of each other now. Can you see? So it just depends on what you want to do. So please practice it. Let me bring it back to the level we have from the vote before, and give it border box. Let's give it box sizing property and give it border box. After giving it border box, let's give our width 50%. Then we give our padding 50 pixel. 50%, 50 pixel. Can you see how it looks now? So you can control it again if you want. So anwar akorede ayofe is my name once again. I wish to see you guys next time to the next tutorial. Peace and love. Have a great day. Thank you.